Alrighty, it seems that my mic has been fixed as far as I'm concerned. I did some testing, all that junk, and now that we're the next day out of Halloween, I think it was just that one game that messed up my mic, by the way. I thought it would be best to start with the one game that we're 100% neglecting due to the fact it was spooky month and I want to get a bunch of new stuff out of the way as well. Oh, I am getting a call. Give me a sec. Okay, so I finished that call. That was something. I gotta remember there's push, the other one's pull. Yep, we got pawns, and we got dodge. We got all the jams. No, no, not the spiders. Not the spiders. I'm not prepared enough for them. I'm coming back. I think I've kind of gotten desensitized to them a little bit. Oh, right, I can lock on. Yeah, and if I can get them right when they leap. Oh no. Right when they're leaping, then I can get the insta-kill, which I think is this one. Yes. 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 Okay. So the first thing we come back to is a ton of spiders, a ram snail, which I remember despising. Oh no, 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 no. I forgot about you. Okay, I said I got desensitized a bit to him, but I might have been exaggerating. Because that was instantly terrifying. My arachnophobia is kicking in way too quick. No. Hi-ya. Ow. Bye. Boom. Okay, boom diada, boom diada. Hey, at least we're coming with a bang. We're getting some good kicks in. It's not going to be boring. We immediately know that we're coming in with a big old shocker. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Yeah, really. Is there something I'm forgetting? Like something with my skills? I mean, I guess I'll have to check out when I'm upgrading. Because I feel like I'm not... Oh, right, I can check over here. We got my lightsaber. We have slow. I did forget about slow. Yeah, yeah. We have wall run, underwater breather, pull, and push. No, we are not forgetting about any, like, combat stuff. Which I felt like there was just other combat stuff that I didn't need, to use my force meter for. Ooh, what is my...
Throw me a stim BD.
Thank you. I was wondering which my BD thing was. Out the way. Boom. And then another sploder. You always got to be careful about the run-ups. Okay. And then, you know me, I always got to get all the collectibles. So, I just realized I had the bad habit of hitting B right when I landed, because if you hit the B button when playing Ghost of Tsushima, which I was playing a ton of, then
I think Grace is gonna like this one.
You
Let's just hope it doesn't get
can
too
take
tall.
the brunt of a fall. So I think I'm probably gonna have some Ghost of Tsushima lying in me that might trip me up. Hopefully not. But I mean, if I'm tripping up, you know why? Because I finally beat the heck out of that game, so that was really fun. Yes, it did take me this long to finally play Ghost of Tsushima. I am kind of ashamed of it, especially since I love Japanese culture and a ton of stuff with it. I'm even going to an anime convention as more trying to be the Musashi, I forgot his real name, from Vagabond, but just a Ronin, stuff like that. Like, that's how much I love the culture and
For
not just
generations,
stuff
the
with
Wookiees
samurai,
made a
of course, but
pilgrimage
you know
to
what I
the
mean.
top. The tree guided them.
Yeah, I should get back on Star Wars. I'm getting distracted. But yes, Ghost of Tsushima, if you haven't played it, if it's in your backlog, play it. It's so good. Do not let Alan Wake get into your backlog, by the way. That is, oh, it's been a treasure playing too on my own. Told you I'd play it. I'm playing it. It's just, if we ever do play it on the channel, it's gonna have to be separate, since I gotta play through it first and get out all like the amazing like silent parts where I just want to be quiet. No, you don't. No, you don't, you silly Billy Goat Man thing. That's not even close to a man. Why did I say man? Oh my gosh. So we did start strong with some action. Like we've started this series, not series, but like we started a couple episodes in this series with. But I mean, I noticed we also didn't start with a big story-driven place. So this is a lot of just talking and figuring out what the heck we're doing. Ooh. I did forget about the climbing, though. Ooh, he's a monkey thing.
We don't know if it's friendly.
Oh my gosh, is this like
That's the thing that took down the Night Sister.
the Scarecrow system in Batman? I mean, I kind of just booked it. It wants me. Not in that way. In the I want to eat you way. I knew this was something.
My friend,
The shellbird. One second, I'm gonna pause your talking.
here he
Is it a
spoke of
picture?
a glorious creature called Shieldbird.
Whoa! What is this part of your Jedi frickin' training? Why is this happening? Is that a core? See, yeah, why did you put a force core thing in right before we were about to start jumping? Like, it's gonna be hard to look at the environment if I'm doing this. This kind of reminds me of Control. When you go inside of a,
Get up. Try
inside of
again.
a, I think it's a vending
keep
machine, and there's
failing,
like,
Master.
it's possessed by something. If you haven't played
Good.
Control, I also advise that
Keep
one, but I
failing.
already
Keep
beat that one
getting
a long
back
time
up.
ago. I might
That is
replay
the
it though.
only way to succeed.
There's
Do
other
not
ways
allow
to
yourself
succeed.
to be weighed down by ego and
Oh,
pretense.
succeed.
Let go of what you fear to lose and rise up.
Rise. That hair clipping.
Again.
Okay, so what am I doing? Yeah.
Good. Now reach my position. You can
A
do
in
it.
the air to... How did you...
Perhaps I chose the wrong Padawan.
Oh, shut up. How? Okay. I understand forgetting a lot of different skills growing up, especially when you stop practicing the Force, and I also admit that a flip can only realistically be done with the Force because you're boosting yourself in a way that makes double jump actually possible in anything ever. But at the same time, ooh, new skills. So it's at the same time, I just don't feel like healing connection to the Force is the only thing that would adequately let you use that ability or remember it existed, because then you can just kind of, you can use push to do it too. That has to be a way of push, which I gotta unlock that one. Like jump and then push yourself in a circle or whatever. I don't know. I'm just saying, holding pull out. Whatever. I want the 3-1, but I'm gonna use this one because sometimes it's actually I have to delay on attacking anyway. I'm not gonna rest. Wait, why not? There's literally nobody that I've taken out. Why am I not resting? I get a stim pack. Rest. Okay. Aha. I always love delay attacks. Why? Because delay attacks are prominently featured within 2 of my favorite series. One that was basically started and given and started by one of my favorite executive directors and carried forward with, I should have backswung, and carried forward with another team with his producing consideration from his own company. Devil May Cry and Bayonetta. Sorry, I was procrastinating saying stuff. I was giving some filibuster because I was trying to focus on being terrible at a video game. But Devil May Cry and Bayonetta both have amazing delay attacks. And yes, Devil May Cry was started by the same guy who made Bayonetta. And then Devil May Cry 2 forward was all... I think 2 was completely without his, like, considering him at all. Talking to him at all. And then 3, they talked to him again, and his producing consideration, or whatever you want to call it, really helped past that point. Ow! I was doing a thing. I'm actually surprised I didn't get hit there. Well, they're not red, so I can block it.
Core of the planet to the sky.
Come on. I literally, I'm just kind of mashing buttons here. But I don't know, that's my favorite fun fact. Oh, now I can do some more jump attacks. My fun fact that it was basically started like that. But you also have to remember, the number one thing is that Hideki Kamiya, the guy who I'm talking about, that executive producer of the first Devil May Cry and Bayonetta and basically Platinum Games. He did just leave Platinum Games, by the way. He was an executive director of majority of them, especially like Bayonetta, like even the latest Bayonetta. You have to remember, even though an executive director may get a lot of like credit, he kind of just directs things, gives ideas, help direct what's going right. There are so many teams that have a ton of video games. And I know I emphasize that way too much, but I feel like we can't ever emphasize that the teams and stuff working hard is, I don't know, is not important. Like, it is, I mean, emphasize that they are important. I feel like if I ever don't emphasize it or don't bring it up, it's not the correct thing to do. That's how I feel about it, because like if I ever don't bring it up, it's not the correct thing to do. Because I don't know. It just blows my mind whenever I see like a roll of credits, and even though I don't read every single name, it's just nice to see how many people worked on each part. And oh my god, Ghost of Tsushima, by the way. I think the start, you can see that of the credits, you can see that like a small team worked on the story themselves, so you can tell it's like the small team worked together to formulate such an amazing story, and then like certain characters were like small team, and then other parts like design were a huge team of like specific models. I don't know, I'm kind of just gushing. It's not a lot of, there's not a lot of consistent story right now, so I'm kind of just gushing about other stuff. But trust me, I'm not completely ignoring what's happening. Even though I am a little confused. Oh, okay. Confucius. Although I am a little confused on why I should care. That's the thing. I understand that the Fallen Order games are great and all, but even... Okay, make sure that's not a thing. I think it is. No. I was trying to like jump back onto it. I think that's what I'm going to do. I just have to climb to the top first. If not, then I'll have missed some kind of secret or something. Whatever. Because that clearly looks like I'm supposed to jump back, right? Right? Am I wrong? I'm probably wrong. Oh. I don't like the LT climb thing. I think the LT climb thing was kind of a useless mechanic. But as I was saying, like
Yep, there you go.
even as like not a Star Wars
See
fan,
what you found?
I admit how much this game is amazing and how much it delves into the Star Wars property very well. Hello, Mr. Monkey. But
Making a new friend?
But even the I've seen the Harry Potter game that was way more recent do better at like keeping everything enthralling. I'm choking my own freaking spit. Enthralling. Because like here, I do admit like the scenery is great, but I've seen it so many times by now, and even if it changes to a little bit of part of it,
War never ended here. Everything we did.
see, this is
Did
the
any of
story
it
I
matter?
like. I think I've mentioned this in other episodes. It's like back and forth with spreading actual like good lore and trying to make us care about the world, and so many people have said that about the movies too, like trying to make us care about the world, especially now that Disney took over, because they want you to care about the world, want you to buy merchandise and stuff. You know what? Let's. Speaking of which, I just said that was a good point of lore, so let's latch onto it. He said some of the Clone Wars end here didn't even matter. I think the Clone Wars. There was a lot of fighting in the Clone Wars that ended up just as a travesty. Like I would say all of it mattered depending on where you were, but it was a lot.
And it might be the last of its kind.
Clone Wars was before they got Order 66, I think, if I'm remembering that right. And whether or not it was, it's I remember the show, and a lot of the fighting was just like territory, and it's depressing how much, even though that does reflect kind of into real life, yeah, how much territory matters. Because yeah, Clone Wars was kind of just like a reflection on real war and stuff, and then what we're doing right now, I'm not even gonna voice my opinions on it, but I'm just gonna say what's happening right now around the world. It all started remotely started with Russia and territory and all that junk, and it's just sad. Again, opinions to each their own, but death in itself, it's never good. Hello, hand-eye thing. Oh, no, there's his eyes. I thought there was some kind of bloodborne thing where its eyes were
I don't
torn.
want to spook it.
Spooky?
Hey, it's okay.
Don't worry,
Not here
it's
to hurt
past
you.
spooky month,
We're
and
friends,
in
understand?
reality, if it was Halloween, they would have some Easter egg where it pops out and it scares and
It's
kills
okay.
you. Oh, I think I see the problem, Doctor.
It's a piece of the Night Sister's ship. We need to remove it. This is gonna hurt, okay? I'm sorry.
Kinda. Sorry, not sorry.
Thanks, BD.
You had my own little sound effects.
Here you go. Oh, it's the least we could do.
Accidentally slaps it on the face and it kills you. Shook a bird. Rarely seen. Thought the creature's a legend. I didn't know that. I don't know if that's in normal Star Wars lore. If it was, that'd be awesome. That is awesome. But if it's just a thing that kind of made up here, then
Let's see what you found.
it's interesting. But again, it's one of those lore things
Let's
we don't
go,
care
BD.
about. I mean, even as... It's like with Pokemon, if you see a Ho-Oh, it's the same vibe. You see a Ho-Oh and you're like, oh my god, it's a creature of legend, or Latios and Latios.
Giving us a lift?
But if you're not a Pokemon fan and you see a Ho-Oh, you're like, oh. Okay, it's a bird. But Star Wars, I feel like... I don't know. It just, especially for this game, it's never been one to try to specifically pander to its viewers. It's always been trying to branch out, get new viewers, or...
There's still so
and
much the Empire hasn't touched.
And if people didn't know about something, that was fine. You really weren't supposed to be enthralled by it. You're supposed to see this is new, this is interesting, this is great. But with this bird, it's like teetering on, oh, this is interesting, and I'm supposed to be amazed by it. Or I'm supposed to be, yeah, amazed by this sight of greenery and stuff, which is the exact same on half the planets in every Star Wars system that has life. I don't know why I'm being so cynical this episode. Like, coming back finally to this, I'm just leading in with being completely cynical and sucky. But I'm just seeing I don't know. I don't have an excuse. You know what? I don't have an excuse. I'm just being cynical this episode. Plop. I am enjoying myself. I'm just being cynical.
Good scan, BD.
Upgrade. We'll end it here with after we get to a save point. I was gonna end it earlier, but I didn't want to end it right before we did a cutscene. Please happening. Oh, it's not a BD upgrade. It's a lightsaber upgrade. Dual-sided, where I accidentally stab myself. I feel like that's an actual problem. If you forget it's dual-sided, and then right through your foot or something, your leg or stomach. Oh my god! I was kidding. I called that. I was completely kidding. Like, completely. I swear to you, I've never even seen him handle a double-bladed lightsaber. And all the teases, even in the freaking tease for the second game, I don't remember him using a double-bladed lightsaber. I said that as a joke because I felt like that was the only thing you could upgrade with your lightsaber, but then I was thinking, maybe it's like some kind of, like, pulse or whatever. But, oh my gosh, I can't believe I got that right. You know what? Maybe I'm truly a Star Wars fan, like a super fan deep down, and I just don't know it. I'm calling all this the secret lore. Guess what? Commander Cody from the Clone Wars, he's back, and he's the true Sith leader. Cody and Rex, the people that the Clone Wars really tried to get you to care about. Dude, buy the Lego sets with them in it, which worked on me as a kid. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, isn't that kind of the same, though? Oh, I can switch. Why would I ever not want to be lightsaber?
Looking for something?
Double. Peace and justice. My favorite villain is Mace Windu, which was like, I feel like the first showing of the double lightsaber.
The
Even though it was
Astrium,
a prequel.
used by the Zepho sages millennia ago. I hold in my hand a piece of galactic history. Oh, I will never be able to thank Tarful enough. Do you know what this means, my friend? No need to return to Dathomir. Darkness clouded every attempt at finding the Astrium inside Kujit's tomb, but the Force has provided a new path.
Cooch's tomb.
His tomb. I was paying attention. I was just also sending a text, but I was paying attention. He was just telling me about a tomb in a very dramatic sense. I don't know. Like, I was enthralled with it. I think it's just the topic of Star Wars that kind of is, that I've seen overplayed throughout the years growing up. And maybe that's why I've, from the start, no matter how much I've been amazed by stuff, I've still been like a downscale less interested than I would be with like normal stuff like yokai or just freaking haunted houses or something. I think that's really the only reason. I do like this game, and I do want to continue with you guys. So, I apologize for being cynical too much. I hope you enjoyed nonetheless, because this was a fun romp. And even though we talked a lot, there was still a good amount of story covered, and we saw a big bird. I don't know. But I'll see you guys in the next one, and have a fantastic day.